Take us through the interior of the Challenger. I mean, the interior is a place where Chrysler's gotten a lot of criticism in some recent products. So what'd you do to really step it up on this car?
Well, we wanted to take the car and do the same things that we did to the outside, is really create and capture what somebody would envision a modern interpretation of a 1970 Challenger, which is what the 06 concept did. In bringing the car to production, we wanted to have all the features that we felt were appropriate, the MyGig stereo system, the tunneled in gauges that we had, similar to the concept in shape and with the bezel that you see around there, but a little bit more modern. We wanted to have the interior all dark and sinister. We've given the car a black headliner, which really creates a very muscle car, performance enthusiast look to the car, and as you get in the car, it gives you a different feeling than what you'd normally feel on just about any other car for that matter. The center console, which we tried to bring the flavor of that 70 car back in by tipping the console and the shifter toward the driver. When you look at the other side, you look at the trapezoidal shape on the door, the trapezoidal shape around the gauge cluster, all things kind of borrowed from the 06 concept, which reminisces the original cars. And I really think we've captured that. As far as some of the touches that really bring this car up a notch, we've got an instrument panel that looks nice and clean. We've kept the edges, the surfacing and the edges not too hard, but again not too soft. Modern, but not something that looks doughy and too soft. The tautness to all the surfaces and what's on the door. When you look at the door panels, we have the stitching that matches the seat. We've got carbon weave leather on the door pulls, which just feels incredible to touch. We've got it on the steering wheel and on the shift knob. So there's kind of this cohesive nature of the interior that kind of has it all tied together with material and touch, and even the shapes and forms to the IP and the doors and the console kind of all bring kind of that mind's eye view of the 70 car back into flavor. So. And I hear that the new management late in the program decided to step up the quality of the materials too. I believe they did. I wasn't involved in the later process of the interior. I had moved on out of the studio by that point. But the things that are going into the products now, I think our management is starting to recognize how important the customer is and pleasing the customer, and we're starting to look at the things that are important to the customer. So when you start to look at the areas of touch per se on the interiors, the soft upper door, the areas that people really have kind of a reference point to right away when you hop in a car, those are the things you want to focus on and really draw them in and really show, hey, look, we're responding to your needs. This is where we think these areas are important, and it just makes sense. So it's been a cool ride for us. Cool. Thanks for the look at the interior. Sure, no problem.